Good morning, class 6 students. So today I'm going to teach you a comedy of manners. Chapter 9. So, what is the story all about? What's the play? Comedy in manners is an act adapted from George Bernard Shaw's most popular play, Pygmalion. The characters are Higgins, the flower girl Eliza Doolittle, Colonel Pickering, Alfred Doolittle, and Mrs. Pierce. So, 11 a.m. Higgins' laboratory in Wimpole Street. The lab is a room in Higgins' house which has a writing table with a phonograph and a box of wax cylinders for the phonograph on it and some furniture. Higgins uses the phonograph to record people speaking in different accents for the purpose of research and study. Higgins is in conversation with his friend Colonel Pickering. So, Colonel Pickering, when his housekeeper, Mrs. Pierce, ushers in a young lady. Now, his housekeeper brings in a young lady over there and comes in. She looks to be a member of the middle class and is wearing a shady old coat and a nearly clean dress. Nearly clean. But she also has a frightful looking hat with brightly colored ostrich feathers. She has a hat which looks weird, in fact. Not weird, frightening, but I would call it weird. Now, Higgins. Hello, it's the flower girl I met yesterday. What are you doing here? The flower girl. I'm back. I'm come to ask your help. Governor. Higgins, help? You're of no use to me. I have already recorded your accent. Be gone, my girl. Now, in English, there are different types of English they speak, but the accents are different. Like in Murshidabad also I've seen people speak Bengali, but the accents are a little bit different here and there. So he was doing a recording of different accents, studying them. Okay, let's go back to the thing. So the flower girl. Don't you be so saucy. I've come here to have lessons and to pay for them too. She told him, don't try to act funny with me or rude in an annoying way, a funny way. So she said, I've come here to have my lessons and I'm come here to pay for them also. I'm not doing it free. Now Higgins was mystified. Lessons? Wait. First tell me your name. The flower girl. Flower girl says, okay, it's Eliza Doolittle. Pickering. Pleasantly, happy to meet you, Mrs. Doolittle. Now what lessons do you want Higgins to help you with? He said, now what lessons do you want me to help you, Mr. Higgins? Eliza, I want him to make talk more better, more genteel, polite. Gentle means polite, okay? The word gentle means over here polite. So, you see this word here? Where is that word? Gentle. Okay. So, yeah. Gentle, polite. So, Higgins, surprised. Why? Whatever for? You're already polite. Why do you want to speak in a very polite way? Elijah takes a deep breath and says in a rush, I want to be a lady in a flower shop instead of selling flowers on the streets. He says, I want to open up a showroom and sell flowers in a shop than selling it on the street. And I want you to give me lessons so I can talk like a lady and look like a lady. So then I can work in one of these fancy shops. So Higgins, well, how much will you pay me if I teach you? A friend of mine pays 18 pence an hour for French lessons, Elijah says, but I cannot pay that much for learning my own language, alright? I'm not learning French or another language. I cannot pay so much to learn another language. So I won't give more than a shilling. He said, I will not give more than a shilling. Now Higgins, looking critical, you're looking critical over Elijah. Oh no, it's an impossible task. Your accent is terrible and your grammar atrocious. Very bad. Atrocious means very bad. Elijah reasonably thinking, but that is why I need them lessons in it. So that is why I need the lesson, isn't it? And it means, isn't it? Can't you teach me grammar and all that? Higgins, I don't want a ninny hammer. I don't want a ninny hammer. It means a foolish or silly person coming in here. Now, while I'm teaching, you can go to these, while the meeting is going on, you can just look at the meanings here. Okay. You can have a look at the meanings here and understand what are the meanings said. So you can just have a look at the meanings here when you put it in the box. Yeah. So I don't need to, I will explain, but you look at the meanings here also. So so Pickering here, Higgins, quite dumb. Will you stop teasing her and hear me out? Now Mr. Pickering comes in and says, stop teasing her and you hear me, what I'm trying to say. I'm interested now, what about the ambassador's garden party? So what about the ambassador's garden party which they won't have? Higgins, what about it then? Pickering, I'll tell you what. I will humbly agree that you are the greatest teacher in the land, and if you are able to pass off Elijah as a lady at the party. So if you are able to pass off Elijah as a lady at the party, then I will regard you as the greatest teacher, and I will even pay you for her lessons. Elijah, oh, you are real good, thank you, Captain. Higgins, now he was becoming excited at as the idea grows on him. What is life but a series of inspired follies? Can I do it? Never lose a chance. I shall make a duchess of this plebeian. A plebeian means an ordinary person, also used to insult or indicate a lack of culture or education. Higgins, oh yes, 6 months, no, in 3 months. If she has a quick ear means quick learning, and a quick tongue to talk, I will take her anywhere and pass her off as anything you want me to pass her off. I will fool everyone into thinking she is a member of the upper class, and she is not just a flagger. Pickering, that's the spirit, my friend. Higgins, you girl, where are your parents? So, Elijah says, I got no parents. My stepmother turned me out when I was big enough to make my own money. She said, when I don't have any parents, my stepmother threw me out of the house when I was big enough to earn enough money. Higgins, well, that settles everything now. Mrs. Pierce, I leave this tournament in your hand. Clean her up, please, and send for some new clothes for her. Mrs. Pierce hustles Elijah off to give her a bath and a new set of clothes. Higgins, thinking thoughtfully, the greatest difficulty will be able to get her to talk grammar. That is the greatest. Suddenly, an elderly but vigorous man enters the room. He has an expressive face and air of stern resolution. Higgins, now who are you? The man. I am Professor Higgins. Morning, Governor. I come up as a serious matter. Higgins to Pickering. He looks at Pickering. Brought up in Hounslow. Mother's Welsh. I think I can hear it in your accent. With the way you speak, you were brought up in Honolulu or Hounslow. Your mother's of Welsh descent. To the newcomer, and who might you be? I said, who might you be? What's your name? The man. Name's Alfred Doolittle, sir. Higgins, well, what do you want, Doolittle? Doolittle, I want my daughter, that's what I want. Higgins, well, of course you do. You are a father, aren't you? You don't surprise anyone else wants her. You're the father, so obviously you'll want a daughter. You're not surprised if somebody else asks you that. Well, I'm happy to see that you have some thought of your daughter. Now, Doolittle painstakingly trying to follow Higgins' words. Higgins, well, you want her? Take her away at once. Doolittle, taken her back. What? Higgins, take her away. This is what you came to do, right? Take your daughter. Take your daughter away. Doolittle sadly. Now look here. Governor, is it fair to take advantage of me? I'm only a poor man who has come here because a strange man has my daughter. He said, don't take advantage of me. I'm a poor man. I'm come to you for help because a strange man has taken away my daughter. What do you want? What you be wanting with her? Pickering. Mr. Doolittle, I assure you, his attentions are honorable. He simply wants you to teach your daughter to act like a lady. So Mr. Pickering butts in and says, he tells Mr. Doolittle that Mr. Higgins, your intentions are honorable. He just simply wants you to teach your daughter to act like a lady. Pickering, Mr. Doolittle, okay. So, Doolittle, a lady? How can I believe you? Elijah is an innocent lamb. Sir, she knows nothing. It's my duty to protect her, sir. So he says, she's a lamb. She's innocent like a lamb, like a goat. She knows nothing. It's my duty to protect her, sir. So Higgins again, he is thoughtfully. I think you have not come to take her away. I think you have come to extort money from me. So Higgins said, oh, you have not come to take your daughter. You have come to take money from her, blackmailing you. Doolittle, protesting and changing tracks. No, sir. I didn't want to do that. He said, no, I didn't want to do that. I didn't come here for that. I don't want to stand in the way of her career. I don't want to stand in the way of my daughter's career. Higgins, I believe I'm done with you now. So Higgins was getting angry. So I believe I'm done with you now. I find you rather tiresome. Here, take this money and go away. Doolittle hurries to the door and nearly bumps into Mrs. Pierce, who is accompanied by a lovely and exclusively clean young lady dressed in a blue cotton kimono. Doolittle backing up. Oh, he was nearly bumped into her. So he said, beg pardon, miss. The young lady, gone. Don't you know your own daughter? Higgins, Doolittle and Pickering, simultaneously, all together. Blimey, it's Elijah, by Jove. Elijah, don't I look silly with this dress on? Higgins, awestruck. Silly, by Jove, you look beautiful, you look gorgeous. Mrs. Pierce, now Mr. Higgins, there's no need to turn her head and make her conceited. Doolittle, Higgins, abash. Yes, Elijah. I suppose you do look silly, if you say so. If you say that you're looking silly, I suppose you look silly. Doolittle, well, I never thought she'd clean up as good looking as that. Doolittle is Elijah's father, governor. Well, if you want her mind improved, I ain't going to stop you. So you want to improve her mind, I'm not going to stop you. So long, gentlemen. And then he leaves. Now Act 2, Scene 2. A few days later, Elijah is seated in Higgins' study room with the professor and Colonel Pickering. Her lessons have begun. Higgins is striding restlessly about. He is walking restlessly about from here to there. Elijah is nervously fidgeting. Elijah was nervous and she was fidgeting, catching a hand or looking here and looking there. Fidgeting, she was doing something. Higgins, say your alphabet, Elijah. Elijah, I know my alphabet. Do you think I know nothing? I don't need to be taught like a child. I don't need to be taught my ABC like a child. Higgins, angrily, just say it. Pickering, say it, Miss Elijah. Do what he tells you and let him teach you in his own way. So Pickering tells Elijah, do what he says and let him teach you in his own way. You don't interrupt. Whatever he tells you, you do. Elijah, all this. So Higgins, stop, for heaven's sake. You heard this, Pickering? This is what we pay for as elementary education in this country. He puts his hands up in defeat. So this is what we pay for elementary education. And like he's frustrated with her and angry with her. Say exactly how I'm saying. A, B, C, D. Elijah, almost in tears. But that's what I'm saying. A, B, C, D. He can stop. Say a cup of tea. The way she's saying A, B, C, D. So he was getting angry. A cup of tea. Again, no. Slowly, repeating. A cup of tea. Elijah, that's what I said. A cup of tea. Higgins impatiently, he's getting angry now. Put your tongue forward till it squeezes against the top of your lower teeth and say cup. Elijah, I can't see cup. Pickering, excellent job, Miss Elijah. Higgins, pleased. She's very happy now. She said cup properly. By God, she's done it at the very first shot. Now say tea. Can you hear the difference when I say it? Elijah, no, except it sounds more genteel, like when you do. Higgins, exactly. You got the hang of it now. Now you got the hang of it, how to do things. So now you take one chocolate. Higgins to Pickering. It's a tough job, my friend. So Higgins tells Pickering, it's a tough job, my friend, but not impossible. By God, I will and I shall make a lady out of her. Right? I will make a lady out of her. So today I taught you this lesson. In the next class I will solve the question answers and upload them on WhatsApp. I hope you enjoyed the lesson and follow your book and keep it. So for today, bye and see you next time. I'm trying to improve how to teach you. I hope this is well. If you like this video, you comment so I can improve and do something better. Thank you for today.